Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do a bit of a chatty video. I've not done one of those in a while, and that is going to be kind of a review and my first thoughts of my dental journey with a company called Your Smile Direct. I don't know if you've heard of them. You may have seen these boxes around. So before I start my kind of thoughts and review on my journey with Your Smile Direct so far, I just wanted to give a little disclaimer to say I was not paid to do this review. I generally like to give honest opinions and reviews about things that I've used, and it's only been, I think, 6 weeks since I've started with Your Smile Direct. So I just wanted to do a kind of part 1 video on my experiences and thoughts so far, because I did look online for lots of videos, but most of them seem to be sponsored, and I wanted to give one that wasn't sponsored. Those of you who are looking at getting it, I'm sure I want these videos to be as helpful as they possibly can for you. So I want to answer your questions, I want to be able to share my experiences. Anything that you've got, then feel free to put it in the comments box below. Subscribe, follow me on my Instagram and Twitter if you've got any questions. So for those of you who have heard of Invisalign or anything kind of similar to that, the invisible braces that you get, that is what Your Smile Direct provide. The reason why I went with Your Smile Direct was predominantly because of cost. I had braces when I was younger. I had them for about 2.5 years, and after 2.5 years and I went back to the dentist to have them taken off, he wanted me to have them for another year. I was quite young at the time, and my mum actually refused to let me have them on for any longer because they were quite painful. I didn't like them, I hated them in fact, and had them taken out, but I didn't have a retainer. So obviously as I got older and I got into my 20s and my wisdom teeth came along, my wisdom teeth eventually pushed my teeth back into a position that wasn't perfect. They aren't as bad as they were when I was a kid, but mainly my bottom teeth I haven't been very happy with, and it's my 4 front bottom teeth, and I'm going to show them, and I really didn't want to do this, I hate doing this, but they're really overlapping at the bottom. They were actually worse than this before. Obviously they've got better since I've been using the invisible braces. The great thing about having invisible braces is, after having 2.5 years of having train tracks and hating it when I was a kid, you cannot see these, and I can tell you, you cannot see these, and people say, oh, invisible isn't really invisible, but they are, because people that I've worked with, I've sat with, I've met with, cannot even tell that I'm wearing them. I'm wearing them right now, and I will show you a close-up. Again, I'm really sorry because I hate showing my teeth, and you really can't see that they're on, and that is the line. So that's just really gross, and that's how I take them out. I'm really sorry for showing you that, but I had to show you that they were in. So this is, I think that's my next set actually. So they come like this, and they look like retainers if you've had a retainer, and you put them in and you wear them for, the guidelines suggest 22 hours a day, but obviously if you have like social events and stuff, that's not always possible. It can be really hard, and you have each set for 2 weeks. They sent me all of my set in one go in this box, so I've got all of my sets here. I think I have 10 sets, and that includes my retainer. So I have each of them for 2 weeks, and roughly my treatment time that they estimated was 5 months. So I'm now on set 3. This is set 3, and I'm halfway through set 3. So I've only had them for 5.5 weeks, so that's not very long. But in the space of 5.5 weeks, I have actually really seen a difference, which is why I wanted to do this review, because I really wanted to share my experience, especially with those of you who have been tempering or toying with the idea of getting braces again as an adult. It can be ridiculously expensive, and I was looking at other alternatives like Invisalign or having the train tracks at the back, and it was costing thousands. Probably the cheapest option I found was like £3,000 or 2,000 just for one, like either upper or lower, and if you're having the bottom done, you want the top done as well. So with Your Smile Direct, I paid, I think it was 1199, so £1,199, and that included them sending me a starter pack to actually get my molds fitted. That included delivery from Ireland because it's an Irish-based company. That included any consultations. That included all of my braces and my retainers, any advice that I need, which I thought was really, really good for the price. When I looked at the treatment and what it offers against Invisalign, to be honest, it's almost identical. The only thing that you're not doing is going to your dentist to go get the checkups in between. I hate dentists. I've had really bad experience with dentists and I hate going to the dentist. So actually this treatment was perfect for me because it saved me money, and I'm Indian and Gujarati, so who doesn't love that? And it cut out the dentist. I believe Your Smile Direct do work with dentists, and that's how all of your impressions are done, and that's who your questions and your treatment questions go to, and if you have any dental questions they will answer them for you. So there are medical professionals kind of integrated in every single step of the way with Your Smile Direct, so you don't have to be concerned about it, that you're not getting the right treatment or it's not going to be right medically for you to be able to get them done. If you do have any concerns, I think you can just ask your own dentist, and they will answer them for you, because from what I know from Invisalign, it's not actually your dentist that makes them anyway, it's sent off somewhere else and them to make them. So basically Your Smile Direct is cutting out the middleman, which is why it works really well. So I'm going to tell you about my first impressions from when I put my first set in. So I read lots of online reviews, particularly for people who use Invisalign, and because it's predominantly the same service, I was just looking at what kind of experiences people had, and the one kind of thing that you cannot be prepared for is the lisp. So I did have a lisp for the first week. I think I sometimes do have a lisp when I say certain words, but it's got a lot better. And after a week it subsided, it became normal, and nobody could really tell I had anything in. There is pain, just like when you have normal when you have normal orthodontist train track braces and you have them tightened and you have that pain. You do get pain when you put the first set in, and you get pain every single time you change the set, but it lasts maybe 2 days max, and then after that you get used to the feeling of it and your teeth adjust and start moving, so the pain kind of subsides. So what I do, and what I think I've read a lot of people do, is put them in overnight. So my day to change them is every other Sunday because it's every 2 weeks. So Mondays are painful enough, so I don't really care if I'm in pain on a Monday. I don't want to ruin my weekend by putting them in on a Friday night. So I put them in on a Sunday night before I go to bed, and if I feel like it's going to be painful, I'll keep some Nurofen and paracetamol by my bed. So if in the middle of the night I feel like it's hurting, I will wake up and take the paracetamol and go back to sleep. To be honest, it's bearable pain. It's not that bad. It can be quite bad overnight, but because you're sleeping, you don't really feel it. And you can feel the pain when you're brushing your teeth the next day for the first day that you've changed a set. But after 48 hours, I pretty much don't see a difference, and I get used to it and it's fine, and I forget that I've got them in. So the most annoying thing about these is you have to take them out and put them in between meals, because you obviously can't eat with them in, and that is a nightmare. I have to admit, it's helped me in terms of losing weight because I don't snack as much anymore. It's really not worth the time and the pain. I have to apologise probably on video to my work colleague Yaz, who sits next to me and sees me take them out, because it is a lot of time, effort and energy when I need to go eat or need my coffee at work for me to go into the loos, to take them out, to put them in my case, to then go back to my desk just to have a coffee. So I've kind of just got used to taking them out in public. I think it's kind of ill sometimes, but hey, it works for me, and I'm not going to go away to do it in a corner every single time I need to do something, so sorry about that. And what I can advise people is I've got like a little pack that I carry around with me, my little pouch, and what I put in it, and this stuff doesn't come with the braces, so I bought this separately, but most of it's cheap, and it's just like a little like convenience pack really for what I need when I'm out and about with people. So I've got my brace case. I bought this on I think Amazon or eBay for like $2.99, and literally I just popped my retainers in there so that I don't lose them when I'm out having dinner, or if I'm having a coffee, or if I've got a social event and I just need to put them in my bag because I don't want to wear them. The other thing which you will really need is toothbrush and a mini toothpaste, so I carry these as well, because after you eat a meal your mouth isn't going to be the greatest amount of cleanliness. That's not English. It's not going to be the clean. So I do like to have like a little rinse if it's just a drink, or if it's food then I do quickly try and go to a toilet or a bathroom somewhere just to do a quick brush before I put the braces back in, because it's kind of gross to put the braces back in straight after you've eaten. And I also, using just a normal toothbrush, just put that under water and I rinse the braces and brush them, because they can get a bit muggy because they've been in your mouth all day. The other thing I bought, so I read about this online, this is called Igloo Protect, and it's for braces and where braces hurt. So sometimes in the corners, especially on the inside where my tongue is, the braces were really rubbing up against my jaw and creating a real bad pain, especially the first set that I had and the first few weeks. And I did file them down as I was advised in my pack, but it was still hurting. So this kind of creates a barrier where the plastic is, and it makes the pain bearable. It's a bit irritating because it turns into like a mold as soon as it touches your mouth, and then when you take it out you have to take the mold off, and then you have to do it again when you put them back in. But I would advise to use this, and I haven't used this since my second set or first set. So actually I think my mouth's got used to the way the braces sit and my tongue doesn't keep going against them. But this was really handy for my first set. It was quite expensive. I think it was $8.99 for this tiny little tube, but it was so worth the pain relief that I was getting, and it stopped any ulcers forming. Oh, and also floss, because you should have floss in your bag anyway, so you don't really need to have braces to do that. So that was my experience in the first week. They have been a lot better than I thought they were. I was a little bit skeptical, especially when I saw them online and saw all of their reviews, particularly as a lot of the reviews were celebrities who I don't actually think have actually used them and are probably just promoting. I wanted to give a really honest normal person review, to be honest, because I know there are lots of people out there who are looking for a good alternative to things like Invisalign. You don't want to spend thousands of pounds getting your teeth fixed. That is the last thing you're thinking about. For me it was a really big thing, particularly with my bottom teeth, and when I started doing videos I could see the gap. So it just made me happy doing it. So I'm all for people who don't like a part of themselves and every single day keep looking at it and wanting to change it, to go and change it. So that is exactly what I did. It didn't break the bank for me. I thought it was a reasonable price to pay for the service that I was getting, and so far I am happy with it. Read online tweets, reviews and all sorts of things about customer service, and I will be 100% honest. To begin with, the customer service was terrible. Considering I first thought about getting the braces in September and I only purchased them in February this year, and the reason was I didn't see many honest reviews, I couldn't see many blogs on it, so I saw lots of complaints, lots of tweets, lots of bad messages about people coming back saying that they're not returning messages. So I did find that in the first few weeks when I first inquired in October, it was really hard to get hold of someone and to get a response. But then eventually I had a customer service person called James who got in contact with me, and that has been my liaison point ever since, and he has been really good in getting back to me and getting messages to me. Ordering your impressions kit to the moment the braces come through, it was about 2 months. So it's not a I want these and I'll get them overnight, and you have to know that. And that is, I think, a little bit down to their communication, and I think that time can be cut short if they could learn to communicate better. And hopefully people doing honest reviews and videos like mine might help. Ever since I've had my braces, my questions have been answered, people have been in contact with me, and I have been able to get into touch and communication with people as and when I needed. So I guess it just only gets better. So I hope to do more videos to give you some more information on my smile journey as I go along, and this is just the first part, so hopefully I will do another one. So I hope this has been informative for anybody who is looking at getting invisible braces, and if you do want to know more then please let me know, and I'll also put a link to the You Will Smile Direct website below. Thanks for watching. Bye.